Alright, so the video I uploaded about all the enemies in Halo Infinite, it's a hit. You guys are liking it. It's going pretty well. We were able to blow fucking right past 400 subs. I didn't think this video was going to do that well. I'm not going to be honest with you. I was not expecting you guys to enjoy it so much. So thank you to all of the people who showed up and subscribed. And listen, I'm delivering, okay? I got the sequel pulling up right now. Part 2. We're running it back, all right? You probably thought I was done with this. Initially, I was going to go into the campaign and just do all of the weapon guys, because that seemed the most possible. Like punching Eshram to death was not seeming possible. However, somebody in the comments notified me that I happened to post this video right before they released the firefight update, which made every single boss in the game, including the main story bosses, available in Forge, so they could be in Firefight, which is ridiculous. So that means I went and I did it just for you guys. I punched all of them to death. I punched all the big bosses to death. Thank God that I could do this, because if you put a gun to my head and told me to attempt to punch Eshram to death on legendary difficulty, I would tell you to tell my wife that I loved her. It would be over, you know what I mean? So I started with the purple guys, because it turns out they're all purple. All the weapon guys are just like a purple version of some other enemy in the game, which is fine, which is cool. I was like low-key hoping for some other colors, but you know, it is what it is. We're just gonna go right up the route here from weakest to strongest. Purple guy. Now, I cannot guarantee that I'm gonna pronounce all of these alien names correctly, so don't get mad at me on Twitter. Anyway, so we're gonna jump right in here. We got Briglard, 2 punches. I went over him in the first video. He's mid, you know, he's really not a guy I like to talk about. Probably not a guy that the Covenant want to hang out with. He's probably kind of weird. Like, I imagine he's probably a weirdo, but he takes 2 punches to kill, you know, nothing special. Then we got Baroth. He's a purple jackal sniper. He has the angry sniper weapon. He's not really that tough at all, though. He's 3 punches. Although I imagine at range he'd be pretty tough. So Rathkol, he's the skirmisher representation in the purple guys. He only takes 4 hits to kill. That means he's double the amount of a normal skimmer, so that's pretty tough in my book. Now there is this one outlier that I don't remember from the campaign. It wasn't just one skimmer, it was like a group of them, like a skimmer patrol, but he's called Skimmer Alpha because I guess he's the alpha of that group. I don't know how they work. Well, it doesn't even have a character lore, it's just explaining how their race works. But he took 4 punches, whatever he dropped, he took 4 punches, not too tough. Then we got, oh Jesus, we got Orko Vagadun, or Vagadoon, I don't know. He's a purple Spec Ops elite. He goes invisible and stuff. He's kind of tough, but he only takes 7 punches to kill. He's not that much tougher than a general, only 1 hit. Then we got Bip Bap at 7k. You guys already know him. He's the GOAT. He's the man. He is the guy. Bip Bap, 7 hits. You know how that goes. So there's this guy, Inca Shaim. He's a purple elite general. He only takes, elite warlord. He only takes 8 punches to kill. He's not super tough. Then we have, we have Thav Sabarim. Thav Sabarim. He takes 10 punches to kill. He's a purple elite ultra. He's pretty tough guy. Then we got Zaritas. He's only takes 15 punches to kill. Not really that interesting. Then we got Arthok here. Arthok, he's purple chosen captain. Not really super special, but he takes double the amount of punches, 20 hits to kill. And Balcarus, who's also just a purple chosen captain, or maybe he's a warlord. One of them could be a warlord because there's 2 of them, but you know, it's hard to discern between the 2 because they're both the same kind of enemy anyways, but they both take 20 hits to kill, so that kind of adds up. Then we got Engeddon. This guy, you probably have seen this guy in Firefight the most. He's the purple chieftain, and he's the one with the hammer, because there's also one with the gun, but he's the one with the hammer. He's pretty deadly. He takes 20 hits to kill. Ichnovis is pretty much the same thing. He's a purple chieftain, but he's the one with the gun, so he's not really as deadly, but he only takes 21 punches to kill. So you know how I said that there were only 2 types of hunters in this game? I mean, that's correct, but kinda not. The Myriad. So these 2, they're the purple hunters. They're the bad, assassinate the big bad guy hunters. You know, they have character lore. Now, I didn't think they were gonna be this powerful, but god damn, they took a while. So the initial one I punched to death took 74 punches. One time it took 77 punches. And then I punched 2 of them together to sort of add it up, and it was, one of them was 74 punches and the other one was 82 punches. Because you gotta count that it's not just one of them. Myriad is technically the 2 of them. They're both Myriad, I'm pretty sure. So we gotta add that together. So 74 plus 82, That's about 156. That's a lot of punches. That is an unfathomable amount of punches. However, if you do punch them in the back, this is probably the biggest weakness to a character in the game, because it only took me 17 punches in the back to kill one. I only did one of them at a time, though. It might take between, let's say, like, fluctuates between like 16, 20, you know, but that's still very impressive. So if you're gonna try to punch these guys to death, I really advise you to go for the back. And that's all of the purple guys. That's all the men behind the slaughter. Now, I know what you're thinking. That was only 14 out of 15 of them. Now, the reason being is because Ordo Mal, the Wraith Master, isn't actually a purple guy. He's just a normal colored guy. Normally, because you don't really see him, because he drives a fucking tank, but he only takes 9 punches. He's not that tough. So now we have the main story bosses. You know, these are like the guys who like say things to Master Chief and appear in cutscenes. So at the number 1, we got Tremonius. He's like a chosen warlord guy. He's a golden warlord. He's pretty cool looking. He takes 23 punches to kill. And I found out that with all the brutes who have jetpacks, if you punch them in the back, it does a little more damage, I think. So punching them in the back, it only takes 15 hits. That's, you know, not too bad at all. 23 in the front, 15 in the back. That's how it is. So now we got Shaq Locke. He's like an elite general guy. He's the one who's like in the tower. Probably the second boss you'd fight in the game. He only takes 24 punches to kill. Not too crazy. Then we got Bassus. So Bassus is pretty funny. He's the golden chieftain with the hammer. He's a pretty tough guy. He's probably, you usually probably see him as like the 3rd boss in the game, maybe. He takes 29 punches to kill, which is getting up there. That's a good amount. That's more than a hunter. Then we got the double boss fight. These guys were pretty cool. We got the guy who was in the thing and the guy who was the chieftain with the gun. So we got Hyperius. So Hyperius is the guy who's in the vehicle, and if you blow up the vehicle, he gets out of it, and he's like a warlord guy. He takes 31 punches to kill. He's like a black warlord. They're pretty sick looking, honestly, these two guys. I think they're like they're the Spartan hunters, something like that. So Hyperius is 31 hits and he's dead. 23 in the back because he has the jetpack and he's dead. Now Tavares is a big boy. He's like the chosen chieftain with like the chain gun. He's a big boy. He takes 49 punches to kill. Really tough. Like, honestly, I think he's like the 3rd toughest boss in the game. Yeah, he's the 3rd toughest boss in the game. Although it's tougher than somebody you would probably think would be tough for them. So now we're on to the last 3 bosses of the game. We got, you know, the guy, the coolest guy that you saw him throughout the whole campaign, the really cool guy, and you get to kill him. Jega Rodami. This guy, really cool elite, black elite. He's got the red swords, really awesome character design. And he only takes 15 punches to kill. He's actually substantially weaker than most bosses in the game, which is pretty, I mean, kind of, I don't want to say disappointing because this fight's like kind of cool, but I don't know, pretty weak, a lot weaker than I thought. Anyways, then we got Escharum. Now Escharum is a fucking big boy. Escharum is really annoying to figure out how he did, because when you spawn him if you spawn Escharum in Forge with his AI on, he has his shield that I didn't account for, because in the game you have to shoot these big things to break the shield down in the campaign. So I was like, oh, they won't do that in Forge, but they do, and you just shoot it until it breaks. And which was fine, but his shield recharges again. He's really tough. So I had to turn his AI off. His shield was still doing the weird push away thing, so I had to shoot him with the sniper, because remember, the sniper does the same amount of hits as a punch. So I shot the sniper at him 5 times and it broke, and then he took about fucking 80 punches to kill. Well, I'm really glad I didn't try to do this in like the actual campaign setting. And then we have the final boss of the game, the Usurper, you know, the boss you don't really expect. You didn't see him coming a little bit, the Harbinger. And she's not actually that tough. She takes a while to kill because of the way she teleports around, but she takes only 37 punches to kill. It's not too tough. Pretty tough though. Pretty up there. Yeah, that's all the bosses, all the main story bosses, all the purple guys in the game, all the men behind the slaughter. So let's tally them up into groups. So I've set this up a little differently from the first one, because most of these bosses take a substantially, you know, more hits than a normal enemy. So we got the 1, 2, 5 punches. We have Briglard, Baroth, Wrathkull, and the Skimmer Alpha. Those 4 are the 1 to 5 category. Then we have the 6 to 10 category punches. We got Orko Vagadun, or Vagadoon, 7 punches. Bip-Bap, 7. Inka Shaim, the General, 8. Ordo Mal, that guy from the campaign, that boss, he's 9. And then Thav Sarabim, the Elite Ultra, he is 10 punches. So all of them, they're in that. 11 to 20 starts with Jegarodami, 15 punches. Zuritas at 15 punches. Arthok, Balcarus, 20 punches, and then Engeddon, 20 punches as well. So all of those guys, 11 to 20 punches. It's really mostly 20 though in this group. Then we got the 21 to 30. Iknovis, the purple chieftain with the gun, he outliered the 20s by just being 21 points to kill. Then we got Tremonius at 23, Jack Lock at 24, and Bassus at 29. Then we got the big boy. Category here. We got 31 to 50. We got Hyperius at 31, the Harbinger 37, and then Tavares at 49. In the 50 plus category, this is the biggest category I thought I would ever have to make in these videos. We got Escharam at 80 punches, pretty tough guy, and then we got the Myriad, which, you know, 74 to 82 punches. Put the both of them together, that's about 156 punches. So I'm just calling it that. They're the toughest enemy in Halo Infinite, the Myriad. 156 punches to kill. That is a big tough cookie if you ask me. So yeah, there you go. That's the video. That's it. There you go. That's everything I could possibly do with enemies in Halo Infinite. I'm pretty sure that's it. It's over. It's over, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life anymore. No one's gonna watch my videos anymore. But yeah, that's it. So I have some more things coming. I'm gonna try to get a Shed Thoughts together before the end of the year. But yeah, that's about it. That's everybody, every boss in the game, from weakest to strongest. I hope this was the video you guys were looking for. And this channel has been doing so great. I'm so glad that you guys are liking this. It's taken a while to get here. 420 subs, but it feels like I have a million. It's great. It's awesome. I love it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. This is that's all. I hope this is the information you were looking for. I hope you use it to your best knowledge. So I bid you all a good night. I hope you all sleep well. Good night.